Hey all, this is the LEGO Overwatch Wrecking Ball set. It's actually fairly compact. Let's get right into looking at its details. The pilot of the Wrecking Ball mech is this super intelligent, genetically modified Specimen 8 hamster. And as a LEGO model, LEGO piece, it is triple molded. The three colors that you see right here are all different colors of plastic. There's no printing involved there, so you get the tan, the gray, and also the flesh tone. And that works great. And then they also additionally print on the front for the fur and also the black colored details there. Relative to the size of a minifigure, this is more than half the height of an adult-sized figure. So it's like child-sized overall. And, you know, there's nothing that you can move here. There's nothing you can change. But it's really, really well done. I think it's a pretty perfect representation of the character in LEGO form. And it just has a single anti-stud on the underside to connect it to things. Its seat then has a single stud in the middle, so you just connect that right there. And then his head is popping out the top. If you want to actually put him down into the mech, there's a lever over on the side here that you rotate, and it allows him to just pop right down, or you can extend him up like that. It's a very nice, simple little feature. Works well, and you can close up the top of this. The mech has the appropriate 4 primary gun barrels on the sides, and you can angle those in and out. These drums represent the magazines where the ammo would be stored. It is unfortunate that there is no ammo belt connecting into the gun mechanisms themselves, but there's a reason for that I will show you momentarily. The legs can be moved around a bit, so you can do a little bit of posing with that to make it angle back. You can have one just off the ground. If you can get it balanced just right, you can kind of move these legs forward and back as well. They are on ball joints, an old style of ball joint that's been around for quite some time now, and it works well. I don't think those have been made in orange before, so there's a little bit of nice articulation there and a bright color scheme to go with that. None of this here opens up. Most of the decorations that you see here are stickers, except for this modified windshield type piece right here, which actually has a print on it because it is rounded and or angled on 2 axes, and LEGO typically doesn't try to make you apply stickers to things that have any kind of bend to them or angle to them on more than one axis. And this is also a print back here because it's a big old dish, and that would be just mean to force us to actually put stickers all around that. And the detailing there goes actually underneath this plate. Unfortunately, most of the time you're not going to see that. When you do take off this dish here, then you see that little red axle in the center. But overall, you know, the whole thing is very ball shaped, but this is its open form, and it also is able to fold up a bit to get into a smaller form. So what I need to do here is fold away the guns. They just fold back, and I also take the magazines, fold those up and back. These panels come down that are made with front ends of car pieces, and then the legs themselves just kind of extend back up into the body on either side, and just fold this around. Now there's one thing that is a bit missing right here that needs to be added in, and it's actually a separate assembly. Bring these in, bring these in. The eye on the front of the mech has to get covered up. Otherwise, that's a soft spot that could be damaged while this thing is rolling around. So you have this, just another dish with a small pointed piece in the center. I don't know if that should be like this or like this. I think it's more like that. It is closer to the proper thing. And then just bring this all up nice and tight, and that's kind of the ball form of it. So it's now able, supposedly, to roll around. Let me bring this in just a little bit closer there. Yeah, close in. It looks pretty proper. It looks pretty round, but yeah, it rolls. The nicest thing here that I was surprised by is that it is durable enough to do this. Pieces are not flying off. You know, I'm being pretty rough with it. This is more rough than you should be with a Lego set. So that's actually very impressive. And that, I think, makes up for a lot of the fact that, or a lot of the details that aren't quite as round as they could be if the designer had been really just focused on making this as ball-like as humanly possible. This is much more durable than I would have expected, especially for something that's probably not going to be normally played with too hard, too rough by its target audience. But it allows you and encourages you even to do that, to mess around with it just for the sake of demonstration, if nothing else. And that's pretty cool. I have to respect that. Here's what it looks like from the underside if you had any questions about that. And this is kind of a hard point here that will not compress. So if you don't want to worry when the legs are out, you don't want to worry about having to pose the legs just right to get it to look pretty proper when it's on the ground. Just bring these up, pop that off, angle that out like so. You can just push it down on the ground, and it's actually hitting the ground with this point right now. Just push it all the way down, and then just push the legs down to get it a little bit stable, and that's it. You don't need to fiddle around and get all the legs just perfect. But if you do want them to be up, to be a little bit more realistic, then you can take that option and just have it standing kind of on its tippy toes. You can angle those out if you want to be a little bit more realistic, forward or back. Make it look like it's a little bit in an action pose if you want. That's entirely up to you. The only one thing that's truly missing here, in my opinion, that needed to be here is the ability to angle these weapons, these guns on the sides, up and down. They only pivot in and out. They're not able to rotate up and down. That's just one thing that I think is slightly missing in terms of how you can pose this up. But otherwise, I think it's pretty successful. And that's pretty much it for this set. These are the only spare pieces left over, so let me go ahead and summarize. This costs $20 US for 227 pieces, and a fair number of those pieces are larger than average. It does have a couple of exclusive and decently large and well done prints. It has that exclusive figure, which is triple molded, 3 different types of plastic, very nicely done, pretty intricate mold it is to use all 3 of those colors and have them sticking out in different places. You know, it's not just one spot where there's one color that shows up. So that's actually really well done. The build is interesting, how it goes together. You know, it's because it has a different type of shape than what Lego usually does. And then it also has that durability that's completely unexpected and the ability to transform, which is not the best. You know, it doesn't look completely like a ball when it's fully balled up, but given the durability, like I showed, I think they made good compromises, and overall I feel like this is one of the best deals that you can get in the entire Lego Overwatch series, at least so far. I'm very happy with this one. I think it looks very good on display as well. It's an interesting curiosity that will make people, you know, walk up to it. If they know what it is, they will recognize it immediately. If they don't know what it is, they'll probably ask, and at the very least, they'll look at that. They'll look at Specimen 8 there and find that to be cute and find the entire concept to be cute, which is not Lego's own doing, but Lego has captured all of that really, really well here. So yeah, thumbs up from me on this set for sure. If you want to see how it went together, I've got the real-time pure build that I've done and also a speed build that's much quicker, of course. You can check those out on their respective channels. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.